everyone, Toddler here from Oscha Slings. I hope you've all had a good weekend and Monday is treating you well. I know Mondays can always be a bit this way, that way. We're having quite a good Monday here in the office, I think. Everyone's feeling Christmassy, so that's helping a lot. Oh, hi Rosie. Yes, before I forget, if somebody watching could please share the link into the clan and let me know, that would be great. Thanks very much. So yeah, let me know what you got up to this weekend. We went out and got our Christmas tree. So hi Leah, thanks for joining. So yes, if you celebrate Christmas, do you have a Christmas tree? Do you already have it? Are you a sort of maybe 23rd of December Christmas tree kind of person? Or, you know, if you don't celebrate Christmas, how does the festive season look in your place? Do you mark it? Do you not? Yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear some of your different ways of celebrating at this time of year. Especially any tips for just getting really cozy and bringing all that kind of fireside warmth in to the house. So we had two very excited kids with the Christmas tree. They wanted all the lights on, all the flashing bits and all the baubles. So of course, because they're only 4 and 1, all the baubles are about at knee height, so I'm going to have to go and redistribute. But I think that's part of the fun. So I'll just wait. Hi Jeanette, thanks for joining. Sarah says, hello, I've been recovering from being sick. Oh no, I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling better soon. But I was well enough for us to go pick up our tree this weekend. Yay! Normally we wait another week or two, still need to decorate. Yeah, no, I hope that's cheering you up a bit, Sarah. I think it's really nice to have the tree early. We used to wait a bit longer. But I think to get the most out of it, it's quite nice to have it at this time of year. Oh, thank you, Rosie. Thanks very much for sharing the link. Well, I will get started. So I'm going to take you through our main release first and then show you our 2 draw to purchase treats for this week. And then any other business items. So there'll be a prize draw and a bit of news about the pre-order, the Ore Warp that's opening for orders at 6 PM BST today. So I'll be able to show you the yarns that are used in the warp and the weft. So if you've still got any doubts about getting involved, hopefully that will give you the extra push. So to start off, oh, Sarah says, love having that pine tree smell in my house. Yeah, that is the best. That is really the best. I'm quite looking forward to getting some cinnamon sticks and orange slices on the go too. I think that's always nice. So our release this week is our lovely Briarwood Robin that I'm sure you've seen popping up around the clan and in our lovely tester review by Kitty. So of course it's a hybrid weave and I'm sure you can guess why it's called Robin. Just that lovely rhubarb red there. So that's the bamboo viscose in the red with a silver melange cashwool for the 2 fine picks forming that silvery branch there. So it's really, I don't know, this is probably not going to show it hugely well, and Kitty has a few nice close-ups, so I encourage you to go and read her review. But you can just see the melange giving that really lovely sort of dappled texture in the branches and the leaves. So I think it's got a lovely definition from far away, but also some really really nice detail up close as well. So just pop this on and then talk you through a little bit of the blend and the wrapping qualities. I've gone a little bit patterned with my outfit today, which I haven't been doing recently, so hopefully I think it's still okay with the Briarwood. We've still got red going on in there. So the blend for this wrap is 50% BCI organic combed cotton. So on our classic nebula warp, which you'll know from Starry Night Nebula and Puffin's Aris Egg if you've been with us for a while. One of our classic warps, which we do repeat quite regularly, so it's lovely to work with it. Rosie says, almost like having 2 wraps in one. Yeah, no, Kitty's photos really showed that off well. I think that was an effect we weren't necessarily expecting. But if I just get this secured here, and then I can show you that reverse side, which is just lovely as well. Really Christmassy looking. Great if you want to do any sort of crafting as well. You can have a choice of which side of the fabric to use, maybe even use both, get the contrast in there, and of course play around with it when you're wrapping as well, to show off both sides. Sometimes with the hybrids, the reverse side is maybe slightly darker in contrast, but with this one it's worked out to be really lovely. So yeah, show you that there. So the weight of this as well is 325 GSM, but doesn't feel bulky in hand, and I think that's maybe because the casual tends to have a good amount of squish to it. I think it doesn't feel bulky in hand for the weight that it is. So you're getting a lot of cush and kind of warmth insulation without too much bulk and weight. So just show you how that's tying there. Hopefully you can see. If not, so that's tying quite easily. And with the casual and the bamboo viscose, it's really already quite soft and lovely straight out of the bag. So it will only get softer, as we say, but it's already going to be great for small babies. And I think also strong enough for bigger kids because of the hybrid weave technique. So it'll be a good one to take you from small babyhood right the way through to toddlerhood, and a good all-rounder. Especially if you live in a slightly cooler climate, I think that casual can give you just a bit of extra coziness when you need it. So Kitty says the wrap is super soft, not too thick, also not excessively heavy, and extremely cuddly. Yeah, so I think that's a really good summing up of this wrap. We're really happy with it, so show it some love. Yeah, just think those colours are really nice for getting into this sort of festive vibe, especially if you have any gifting you'd like to do. I think it would be a lovely one to give to somebody who's maybe starting out their wrapping journey, or a well-established wrapper who just wants something a little bit different and special. So that's Briarwood Robin. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll just pop this off and then check, and then I'll take you through our next 2 items. So our next 2 are short run, draw to purchase. If you're familiar with the process, that happens during our Secret Stash happy hour on a Wednesday evening with Holly and Adele. Oh, Tegan, I'm sorry. Well, I haven't put it down yet. Let me just pop that up for you there. You won't see it wrapping, but hopefully this helps just to have a little look. And I was just showing before the detail in that silvery melange yarn that gives it a really lovely depth, contrasting with that deep red rhubarb colour. Oh, hi Susan, hi, thanks for joining. And then the reverse side as well, which is also beautiful. Yeah, do go and check out Kitty's review and her pictures. She made the most of a lovely snowy wintry walk, which I thought was just really appropriate for this fabric. So that's Briarwood. And then on the same warp, we have a lovely short release of Lothlorien Eve. As I mentioned, this is going into our draw to purchase. Personally, I think blue and gold is one of those colour combinations that doesn't really go wrong. Oh, you're welcome, Tegan, that's no problem. Yeah, I think this is gorgeous. So we had a bit left over on our Nebula warp and had some beautiful gold fine Italian wet spun linen. So here is Lothlorien Eve, just looking really shiny there. And I think it just really shows off as well how the blue of the Nebula warp has that shimmer to it as well. They just set each other off so nicely, these colours. So I think this one's a special one. I won't wrap this one because I think you're sort of familiar with the wrapping qualities of the fine linen, so it's pretty strong for the weight. Comes in at, oh, let me see if I've got my, I don't think that's correct. I've got written down 273 GSM and I'm not sure that that's it. I'm going to double check that. I think it's lighter than that, more like 225, 230, but I'm going to check or ask Holly to check for me. And so it's strong but really lightweight, which will be brilliant for, Emmanuel says the wrong side looks lovely. Yes, here we go. It is. So being quite thin and breathable with the linen, it'll be lovely for smaller babies, but also really strong for multi-layer carries, especially if you carry a lot in warm weather and need something that's just that extra bit breathable for wherever you're living, or if you're going traveling with it to warmer weather. Oh, look at that, look, it shimmers so nicely. Emmanuel, yes, 225 I think is correct. I'm going to double check that we haven't put the wrong info in there. Yeah, so lovely, festive, golden, what's not to like? So there we go, Lothlorien Eve. So the sizes available of this one, there will be 2 size 4s, 2 size 5s and 2 size 7s. So get in there if you're keen. I'll leave you with that. And then our second draw to purchase item, Anna says, oh, it would make a lovely shawl. Yes, I agree, totally agree. The weight of it is so good for that. A shawl or a scarf, I think that would be really wearable. You can see it's not creating much bulk there at all, and you'd have both sides to work with. Emily asks, what's the blend? Sorry, I don't think I gave you that. 72% BCI organic combed cotton and 28% fine Italian wet spun linen. So that's the fine gold linen weft there. So our next one, second draw to purchase item, is Anna Fenweh. So this one is sort of tester of a slightly different blend for us for our pocket weaves. So this is on our fig warp, and as you can see, it's the Anna pattern, just picked out in 2 different colours in the warp and the weft, which cross to make more of a mix. Oh, I'm seeing lots of love for the Lothlorien. We definitely make a note when we get these things coming through in our short weaves and the blend and the colour really work. Don't worry, we will make a note. And the Nebula warp repeats fairly frequently, so I'm noting all these requests and the love for these colours. I like them too. So we've got our pocket weave, so it's using slightly thicker yarns for one of the weft yarns than we normally do. So there's a pureed pumpkin coloured hemp there mixing with the pale silver of the warp, and then clematis blue mixing with the fig colour. I'll show you more of that just when I've wrapped this and got baby comfortable. I'll be able to show you what's happening with the yarns in the structure of the fabric. that as well are pocket weaves, because they tend to use lighter, finer yarns in the weft. They tend to just feel quite light in hand for the strength, for the weight, sorry. And then of course have all that extra strength from the way the fabric interlaces across the warp to create the pockets. So just pop baby in here. Up nice and smooth. Make sure baby's legs are okay. So yeah, you can see the reverse side there is going to be a lovely contrast with the face side for all those fancy carries as well. Really nice one, I think, as a kind of almost a winter blossom idea. So yeah, I think flowers are not just for spring, they can be lovely in these colder times of year as well. I'll just check if there's any questions. Oh, new warp colourway. Oh yes, so this is our fig warp, so yes, it is relatively new. And we've been calling it the fig warp, although actually it's a fig and silver warp, because pocket weave warps have two colours in the warp. Susan says, stop making so many pretty wraps. Oh, I would apologise, but I'm going to say thank you and take that as a big compliment. Thank you, Susan. It's always really nice when there's so much excitement for them. I know it can be disappointing if something you love seems in short supply, but rest assured these are, for this one particularly, is for us to try out this blend, and now that we know it works, we're going to pencil it in somewhere along the way in our collections, so keep your eyes open. So the blend for Anna Fenweh is 56% BCI organic combed cotton, 28% hemp and 16% organic cotton. So it's got lovely strength, and at 292 GSM it's quite a mid-weight wrap. It's not overly heavy or bulky. So promised you a little bit of a closer look at the fabric and the colours in the warp and the weft. So the fig warp is called fig warp because we have this lovely fig colour of the organic combed cotton here, and then it's alternating with that silver colour to create the other layer of the fabric. So you can sort of see how they lie on top of each other, and then to create the pattern they sort of switch places to give you the different layers weaving the different areas of the pattern. And so to create the actual colour in the fabric, along the weft we've got the pureed pumpkin hemp, that orange colour there, and the clematis blue cotton. So you've got a whole mix of things going in to make up the colours that are kind of shimmering across that warp there. So I think this is something really fun, a bit different, but something that I hope we'll be doing more of. I think it makes a lovely strong wrap that's quite easy to tie and lightweight. So yeah, I would recommend. I'm very tempted, although we're getting to, I think, sadly, what might be the end of our wrapping journey. So yes, I won't think about that too much. But yeah, Susan says, I love the pocket weave pattern definition. Same. I think it just gives patterns that extra bit of pop that sometimes you don't quite get with a standard weave cloth. So it's really good to play around with them and see where we can kind of bring out new things in a pattern that you maybe didn't notice before, or highlight things that are lovely details in a pattern. That's been really fun to do recently, so yes, hopefully more to come of that as well. As ever, let me know any questions. Anna says, love the pocket weave scrap examination. Oh, it's cool to see. Thank you, I'm glad. I'm glad. Sometimes it can be a little bit abstract when you're trying to explain what goes into the fabric. So yeah, it's fun for me as well to be able to sort of pick those things out. Last items before I wrap up. The first one is a prize giveaway on Wednesday during our Secret Stash happy hour. So we've got another Briarwood for you. So this is Briarwood Hawthorn on the Super Cotton Vineyards warp, which was a Christmas release last year. So this is our last one, and you can enter the giveaway by donating to the Oscha Ukraine Crisis Appeal, which will be opening tomorrow at 4 p.m. when the Secret Stash post goes up in the clan. Tomorrow? That's not right. Tomorrow, Wednesday. Holly, if you're listening, please help me out. I think I have my notes confused. Holly will confirm when that's opening and going up. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday, but I'll be corrected if I'm wrong. So yeah, just that gorgeous colorway with the Vineyards warp in that festive red with the gold weft running across it. So this is a 10 cell weft, so it'll make a lovely drapey shawl as well. Excellent for any occasions or events you have coming up, and a lovely cause to contribute to as well, we think. So hopefully lots of you will get involved with that. And then I did promise as well to show the yarns for the Ore Warp pre-order, which is opening tonight at 6 p.m. BST, so very soon. And so the Ore Warp is our reinterpretation of the original Ore Warp that ran, I think, in 2016. Anyway, a few years back. So it's got these lovely, like, really strong reds and oranges. So it's mirrored, except that down at the bottom rail here, there are actually 2 slots of black. So it's a 7-color warp with kind of the black, the racing red, this sort of deep orange repeating around that center line, and then slightly asymmetrical when there's another black block at the bottom, if that makes sense. I didn't have another black, so I have to use imagination, but hopefully that gives you an idea of what that looks like. And then for the patterns, we've got Hobbit Quest in this lovely soft ecru thick bamboo cotton yarn here, and then Casa Dum, which is our new pattern, depicting the entrance to the Dwarfs Kingdom, I think. But yes, those of you who are more knowledgeable, go to the ME group and you'll get the proper detail on that. So this is in Golden Haze organic combed cotton. So that's going to form a lovely kind of gold effect across that warp. And we've got Lonely Mountain, which is picked out hybrid, of course, in this really fresh white fine linen, Italian wet spun linen again, and rhubarb organic combed cotton, which gives you the colour of the dragon and the darker details, so like the trees in the forest and such, which I think is going to look really great. Then Moria in this nice bright Aurora superwash cash wool. So again, I think running across these colours, it's going to just come out as a really lovely saturated gold. And then we've got one scarf pattern, Legend of Frodo, in our really popular fine cotton and cashmere weft yarn, which is super soft. Makes a lovely scarf on the end of our warps as well. So if that sounds of interest, do go across to the ME Collectors Facebook group, join up and get involved so you have all the information. Orders will open this evening and they'll be open for a week, I believe. So yeah, that's all very exciting. And if you need extra encouragement to get involved with our pre-orders, we just had a look through what's currently on our shelves ready to go out, and picked out this amazing ivy from the recent Vineyards Preorder, which is in this Peace Silk blend, which is just gorgeous. So those are starting to be shipped out today. So if you want to bag yourself something extra special, keep an eye on the Or pre-order, and there'll be a couple more short mini pre-orders coming up. So yeah, it'll all be very exciting these next few weeks in the run up to Christmas. So keep an eye out, and I think that's it from me, unless there's any other questions. Just have a quick look through. Susan says, I wish they would be open 2 weeks. Oh yes, we just have too many fun things to fit in, unfortunately. So all good things must come to an end, but hopefully most people will find they have enough time to find what they really want. So I think that's it from me. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you again in the next couple of weeks. I think possibly next week, but maybe the week after. The schedule's a little bit different over the next few weeks. So in any case, I'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.